So I got a quick story that I want to talk about, something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. And I think this is a lesson that maybe you all can pretty much get some knowledge from if you actually pay attention along in this video. My name is Dequarius Beverly. I'm the game giver, man. I'm here to give y'all some knowledge, some information, some things that I've been learning throughout my life, past 10 years of a journey of being an entrepreneur, inspired, doing a lot of different things. And, I realized that a lot of things that we're taught based on the notion of, supposed to figure it all out once you make it out of high school, right? You're taught that, figure out what you want to do, go to school, get a good job, and do pretty much the 40-year plan. So just to kind of get to my point about this story, because, a lot of things that we tend to see, out there on the internet, or especially in the home business industry, we tend to bash the job industry in a sense, as far as, people hating their jobs, not being fulfilled, or, just dreading every single day. And I understand those are legit concerns and things like that. But I want to just kind of not so much play a devil's advocate, but kind of just, this kind of changed my perspective just on my personal experience that I had working at this job at Walmart. This was literally about 10 years ago. I was working at this job, and my position at Walmart was I was in produce. I think that's what I was doing. I was simply going into a freezer every single day, right? And I would go in that freezer, pull out these pallets worth of frozen foods, put it on a crate, and pretty much take the crate and put the freezer food into the actual freezer. So I did that pretty much for about a good 8-9 months. But what was interesting was that I had this boss, right? I mean, every single day, and mind you, I'm in Vegas. So at this time, it's 100 and some degrees. So mind you, I'm on the bus. I don't have a car. I'm taking the bus every single day, going inside this freezer. And I hated it. Literally, I did not enjoy it, because I just simply could not deal with the fact of me having to, pull freight out of the freezer and just simply take this freight out, put the food in the freezer. And that's just simply what I did all day. And so, but in that time frame, I got a chance to meet this really interesting boss that I was under at the time. And this woman was so interesting. She had a really interesting personality. But what I did take away from her was just the fact that how excited she was to come to work every single day. I mean, this woman, she had a smile every single day. She was ecstatic about being able to be there. And she simply was like telling me at the time, when I was asking, I was like, man, like, what makes you so upbeat every single day coming to work? And she told me, she said, Dequarius, I came from a place where I was in a real bad position. I was dealing with addiction and a lot of different things personally in my life. And, I found this opportunity, and I'm thankful that Walmart gave me the opportunity to be able to change the direction of my life where I can improve myself. And she said, I'm thankful to be able to work every single day and make a difference, even though it's going inside of a freezer every single day. But I'm able to make a difference just on the fact that I'm making a change in my life, but also making a service by simply providing a service at this work environment. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. Like, just the fact that she was just that excited to be able to come to work. And I'm like, who can be excited to go inside of a freezer every single day, especially in scorching hot heat, being in Vegas and knowing that, you got to be in that freezer for 8 to 9, even 10 hours even. I don't remember how many hours. I think it was like 10 or 11 hours. But I know it was a long day, every single day being in that freezer. And I just wasn't having it. I was just simply just unhappy about it. And I guess to get to my point about the moral of this story is just the simple fact of mindset and perspective. I think a lot of times most people are unsatisfied with their jobs simply because they're not maximizing their full potential, or they just simply don't have a strong enough why as to why they're being there. And so I just want you to just think about that and just in perspective, because, even for my personal life, I've done a lot of different jobs. I've, not quite proud of it that I've had so many jobs, but, for a young man who's simply trying to figure out his way, I'm thankful to be able to have these experiences, because I can share it with those of you that are watching right now, maybe in a place right now where you may not have it figured out. You're trying to figure out whether or not if the direction of what you've been taught is the best way for you. And again, No one can really answer that other than for you. But I hope that you can be able to take away this story as far as a mindset and simply just an attitude, and really just taking your objective to really, focus on what is it that this company or that job or whatever, what does that bring to you, and what can you contribute to make that environment better. Because this boss of mine at the time told me, she said, Aquarius, I'm going to run my own store one day. I'm so determined because I'm excited about being at this job. I am going to run my own store one day. That's what she told me. And I said, okay, all right. I was just happy for her, just because genuinely I was just like, wow, I'm impressed that somebody can be that excited to go inside of a freezer every day. But nonetheless, I was excited for her, and I said, okay, we're going to see. A couple years later, long story short, found out through a friend that was still in the company, found out that she ended up getting transferred. She ended up getting her own store. And I'm like, that is determination, man. That is what I call consistency. That's what I call having a strong enough why to make a decision, to make something of yourself and do something that's greater than yourself. So what I'm here to say is, it's just finding your passion, finding your why, finding your objective. And if you don't have that answer figured out, it's okay, man. Look, I'm telling you, just because age ain't nothing but a number. We're all here learning and figuring out and giving out our best selves. But if you're not simply fulfilled in what you're doing, then start thinking about creative ways on how to be able to do so. And I think this channel is going to be able to give you some information just so you can be able to think about that and brainstorm that a little bit. So if you're enjoying the vibes, you thought this video was really interesting, and you want to learn more, then I definitely challenge you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Having a drive to try different things. I've had some success. I've had some results. And that's not to toot my own horn or brag. I'm just learning to share the wealth of the things that I've experienced, about the things that I've learned forward in these past 10 years, in hopes that maybe you guys will be inspired as well. And so I hope that you guys will continue along in this journey with me. My name is, again, it's Aquarius Beverly. I am the game giver. And I hope you guys continue to follow along in the journey as I continue to share along this learning process with you all. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.